Welcome back. Celebratory Monday in full effect right now because one time for the one time, those Eagles celebrating, and we can basically officially put it in our rearview mirror, that Super Bowl win. Because coming up this week, the quest to run it back begins in earnest on Thursday when the Cowboys come to town. Will Jalen Hurts be smiling? How will he be feeling? Well, when you ask Vegas, they might feel pretty good about this because Philly is tied with the Ravens for the shortest odds to win that Super Bowl at 7-1. Bills and the Chiefs, who they beat after that, plus 850 for Kansas City and company. But it is the Eagles who we are focusing on right now, and it's the Eagles who we continue the conversation with by bringing back in the one and only Ryan Harris. We talk college, now let's talk NFL. And Ryan, you look at this Eagles squad, and it's a different version than the team that won the Super Bowl, most notably on defense, losing a whole lot of pieces. But my question to you is this: what is your one big question mark when you look at the Eagles entering this year?
Can you make up for the departure of Darius Slay and some of that secondary? That's going to be a big question. No question that the defensive line is going to be fantastic and that you got Jalen Hurts on the other side, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown. That's going to do its thing. But can you get that secondary to play at the level that completely shut down Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl? I know that the season is starting, but people forget how incredible that defense, particularly the secondary, was in the Super Bowl against what might be the greatest quarterback of all time. I'll tell you something else, though. After winning a Super Bowl, what people forget is that's week 26, week 27. So in addition to can you revamp that secondary, can Nick Sirianni get his team to be prepared to go another 26 weeks and go and do one of the most difficult things in sport, not just the NFL, and go back to back?
What was that again? One more time for me?
Back to back.
Right. We'll just let that live exactly how that is right there. And I will instead add.
Didn't take the bait, huh?
I didn't. I thought about doing it myself, but I said, you know what, I'm going to let Ryan have this moment, and I'm going to just keep it pushing for once in my life. I want to ask about Micah Parsons, and he's been asked about that a lot. His former teammates like Dak Prescott, talking to the media, still getting questions surrounding his former teammate. We'll listen to Dak right here.
I definitely didn't think he was going to get traded, I'll say that. But just with the way that their negotiations went down, obviously, to some extent, hell, y'all were asking me questions. It seemed like it got personal on their ends. So that's why I wasn't surprised. But, yeah.
From a team standpoint, is it a disappointment? Do you just were better? Or how do you look at it?
We added a great player. Obviously, got some picks for the future. I'm not going to say we're better. We've got to go out there and prove it. We'd have to prove it even if he was on this team. So I'm not going to say that by any means. But I know adding a guy like Kenny Clark, adding a true leader, a real man that's going to only elevate this team, who's been a Pro Bowl player and is excited about being here. I know our focus right now is Philly. I think that's everybody's focus in that locker room. I don't think anybody's hung up on that. As I said, there's enough news and enough media about it. I think as much as anything, it's good that a solution happened. And obviously Micah got paid very well, and great for him and his family. And we'll see him here in about a month. So just honestly glad that, I can't say glad, but yeah, glad that we're moved past that and everybody seems happy because of it.
Dak says he's glad they have moved past that. What do you make of all those words that you hear from him just now?
I was encouraged by Dak Prescott and how he answered that question. That's really hard. Hey, Zach, talk to me about Brandon and all the money he's got in that boat and yacht, right? It's very hard to talk about someone else's money. I thought that was diplomatic. I thought it was clear. And I was like, man, Dak Prescott might have a great year this year. He's got it mentally locked in to start. But at the end of the day, this is a win-win trade, the rare win-win trade in the NFL. Micah Parsons is going to a team that is ascending in the Packers and is going to have opportunity and everything that everyone wants at work, longevity. And then if you're the Cowboys, you've got a future treasure trove to the point where maybe this year doesn't even matter to Cowboys fans. Not like you guys won championships the last 30 years anyways, but this was a play for the future, and the Cowboys made the right decision for themselves, and Micah Parsons landed in the best possible spot he could to get the deal he wanted and a chance to win a championship.
So Cowboys pushing on, trying to make forth life without Micah Parsons, life with them for fans like Brandon over here to my left. He's trying to figure out a way to just keep pushing on. And speaking of pushing on, he was doing push-ups.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? Take the jacket off.
Was he trying to do the interview too? I mean, this is like Old Spice wishes he could. You know, Old Spice wishes they could be like Brandon Baylor. I like that went below the full 92. Hey Zach, he knew he was being watched by the professional push-up guys.
They were to my right.
Guys do it. Yeah,
they were to my right. So if I had to do it, I had to do it correctly. Full extension. Full extension. How many did you do?
Doing 40 to 50. I can't do that. I couldn't.
No perspiration on the neck either. The man does push-ups and doesn't sweat.
It was high. No, it was high. It was high.
Impressive.
It was high.
Hey, I'm giving you the golf clap. That was real impressive.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do it.
As much as I want to hate, I saluted to it.
Just want to hate.
No, I said as much as I want to, I'm not going to. I applaud you as well.
Hey, man.
It was good form.
You should have signed up, though. You should have signed up. All those push-ups. Don't be just doing push-ups saying, let's see you guys later. You should have signed up for service. Look out.
Ryan Harris, thank you so much. I'll save Brandon.
Old script. My bad. We're 3 days shy from putting toe to leather on this season, and we know Parsons won't be a part of the Thursday festivities. Dallas shipping this generational talent to Green Bay in exchange for Kenny Clark, 2 first-round draft picks, and as many as 3 magic beans. Count Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott among those who were not surprised to see this deal get done.
I can't say I was completely surprised. But I definitely didn't think he was going to get traded. I'll say that. But just with the way their negotiations went down, obviously, to some extent, I mean, hell, y'all were asking me questions. It seemed like it got personal on their ends. So that's why I wasn't surprised. If nothing would have been done, we'd sit here and y'all still would have been asking me whether he was playing in a couple of days or when he was going to be playing. That would be a lot more of a headache and distraction than getting a solution to it. I know adding a guy like Kenny Clark, adding a true leader, a real man that's going to only elevate this team, who's been a Pro Bowl player and is excited about being here.
That real man part is going to carry a little bit of weight. NFL season will finally be back Thursday, first giving us a look at the Micah Parsons-less Cowboys against the defending champs. Philly, a clear favorite heading into this game, according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
That is Thursday night. Friday night's Week 1 matchup, an international affair in Sao Paulo as the Chiefs play the Chargers. The second time these two teams have taken beef global. By the way, you cannot bring beef home globally. It's a customs issue.
Yes.
Randy is a silly geese. Patrick Mahomes making sure his guys know about portrait geese. Because Brazil.
The trainers and coaches have really done the research and they understand what we need to do. So now it's just going down there and playing football. And I think more than anything, it was just explaining to some guys how far the trip was. Some guys didn't understand how far the travel was. Travis, even though he just was down there like last year. So I was just explaining to him how the globe works.
Yeah. You ever seen a map? Well, see, the thing when you fly private, you don't really pay attention.
I was going to say, yeah.
You don't really pay attention to the screen.
It's not that the Chiefs are flying commercial either. They're probably going to be flying private.
After that trip to Brazil, look at this gauntlet. The Chiefs play the Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch. First game at Arrowhead, Week 2. Then they host the Ravens and the Lions in KC during the first 6 weeks of the season. They got a gimme in New York Week 3.
All right,